People think all dogs are loyal, loving creatures no matter what. But that's not true. Your dog might secretly hate you, and you don't even know it. Today, we'll uncover 12 hidden signs your dog doesn't love you that much. Stay till the end for our proven suggestions on how to save your relationship before it's too late. But before we begin, please like and subscribe to support us. Now, let's decode your dog's true feelings. Number 12. They wag their tail to the left around you. Did you know the direction of a dog's tail wagging can reveal their true feelings? If their tail tilts more to their left when you're nearby, it's not a good sign. Studies show that leftward wags are linked to stress, fear, or distrust in dogs. This subtle movement happens because their brain associates left-sided wagging with negative emotions. It's easy to overlook, but it's a clear indicator that they might not feel entirely comfortable with you. Number 11. They growl in subtle moments. Growling doesn't always mean aggression. It's your dog's way of saying, "I'm uncomfortable." If they growl at you during calm moments, like when you're near their space or passing by, it's a clear warning. Dogs use growling to set boundaries, and this often signals they see you as a potential threat. It might even happen while you're sitting close or trying to pet them. Their growl is a low-level alert that something isn't right in your relationship. Number 10. They flinch when you reach out. Why does your dog pull back when you try to pet them? Flinching can mean they're unsure about your touch or don't fully trust you yet. Even if you move gently, they might feel uneasy or unsafe. This reaction isn't always about past trauma. It could simply mean they're anxious about your approach. Dogs who flinch are often signaling that they're not ready for physical contact. It's a subtle but telling response. Number 9. They don't want to sleep in your room. You might think your dog prefers sleeping alone because they're independent. But that's not usually the case. Dogs naturally seek out their pack at night for comfort and security. If they choose to sleep elsewhere, it might mean they don't feel close enough to you emotionally. Their distance during such a vulnerable time speaks volumes. Sleeping habits often reflect how strong their bond is with you. Number 8. They leave the room. When you enter, does your dog leave the room every time you walk in? If it does, it's not just bad timing. It's avoidance. Dogs create space when they feel uncomfortable or stressed. They might feel uneasy about your presence or unsure of your intentions. This behavior is a physical way of saying they need distance. It's hard to miss and a strong indicator of discomfort. Number 7. They avoid eye contact. Research shows dogs make eye contact with humans to build trust and connection. So when they avoid your gaze, it's a clear signal of unease. Eye contact can feel threatening to a dog that doesn't fully trust you. They might look away, back off, or even blink nervously. Their avoidance often means they're feeling anxious, tense, or unsure about you. Number 6. They prefer someone else's company. Ever notice your dog snuggling up to someone else while avoiding you? Dogs, like people, can have favorites, and sometimes you're not it. This doesn't happen randomly. It's usually a reflection of how they feel about the interaction they have with you. If they consistently choose someone else, it could mean they feel more comfortable, safe, or appreciated with that person. Dogs naturally gravitate toward those who respect their boundaries and meet their needs. Number 5. They ignore your command. You might think your dog ignores you because they're stubborn, but it's not always about training. A dog's willingness to obey commands often stems from trust and a strong bond. If they're suddenly forgetting what sit or stay means, it could be a sign they're feeling detached from you. Dogs respond best to people they feel connected to. Ignoring commands is their way of showing indifference or even frustration. It's not just about discipline, it's about the relationship behind the training. Number 4. They don't relax when you're around. Dogs don't fake comfort. If they're tense, you'll see it. Notice if your dog avoids lying on their side or keeps their belly hidden. Those signs mean they're not relaxed around you. Sleeping or resting is a vulnerable time for them, and their posture reveals how safe they feel. Dogs that stay rigid or keep their head raised around you might not trust you fully. These small, often overlooked signs are their way of communicating unease. Number 3. They reject your treat. Did you know dogs rarely turn down food unless something is wrong? If your dog refuses treats from you but takes them from someone else, it's a clear signal. Treat refusal is often tied to trust, or the lack of it. Dogs associate positive feelings with food, so rejecting it means they don't feel safe or happy in the moment. This behavior can also happen if they've had a stressful interaction with you recently. Treat rejection is a small but meaningful way dogs express discomfort. Number 2. They don't wag their tail when they see you. A wagging tail usually means a happy dog, but a still tail speaks volumes. Research shows that dogs wag their tails most when they're excited or pleased to see someone. If your dog's tail doesn't move at all when you're around, it could mean they feel nervous or indifferent. This stillness is their way of saying they're unsure or even uneasy about you. It's a behavior you can't miss if you pay attention. Number 1, they don't want you to touch them. Dogs love physical affection, unless they don't. If your dog moves away, flinches, or avoids your touch altogether, it's a big red flag. Touch is a bonding activity, so rejecting it means something's not right. This isn't always about being shy. It often points to stress, fear, or lack of trust. Dogs avoid touch when they don't feel secure with the person reaching out. This is one of the most obvious ways they show emotional distance. How to mend the bond with your dog. So, your dog might seem distant, but that doesn't mean the bond is broken. Start by creating positive experiences together. Use treats, toys, or activities they love to make your presence something they look forward to. Respect their space if they seem uneasy. Let them approach you on their terms. Keep your tone gentle and your movements calm to build trust over time. Pay attention to what makes them happy or relaxed and lean into those moments. Consistency is key. Stick to routines that help them feel safe and secure. Avoid scolding or punishment, as it can push them further away. With patience and love, you can rebuild a connection that feels natural and strong. Now you know how to spot the signs your dog might not be feeling the love. But understanding these signs is just the first step. Showing your dog you love them is where the magic happens. So watch our next video to learn more about 10 secret tips to tell your dog you love them. Trust me, your furry friend deserves it, and you'll never look at your bond the same way again.